welcome to the Metal Mixtape here on KSQ 89.5 FM Ashland, and 4.1 FM Medford, and streaming online on kskqdjramo. It's the boy, it's the Don, DJ Ramo. We are honored, humbled, and fucking excited to have FALCO, lead singer of Wicked Maraya, on the line. What is up, my friend?
How are you, man? Loving the energy, digging it. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, dude, you fucking know it, man. I pull this energy straight out of my ass, dude. Sometimes I'm dead tired. I have a little 3-year-old that I chase around all day. I work a full-time job. I do like 10 things, man. But you know what I did last night after I got my son to sleep? I listened to your EP Chapters. I listened to every single song. Absolutely loved it, dude. It's beautiful. It's melodic. It's emotional. It also hits hard. You know what I mean? Chapter 5 is just absolutely sick. So many sick songs on here, dude. And I'm just excited to talk about your music.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Yeah, I can relate to doing a million things, but when it comes to music and the vibe, we get the energy, and now we put it out there. So I appreciate the kind words. We're really proud of what we created here. Yeah,
no, for sure, man. Definitely. I definitely want to get into Chapters, man. But I definitely want to save that for the end of the interview because, you know what? Me and you have just met each other. Me and you don't know anything about each other. So one of the things I just want to know first is basically, a little bit about you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's the way.
Cool, man. So, dude, of course, I think you're a fantastic singer. You have a huge range. I dove into you a lot yesterday, and you definitely have a whole lot on your palette, man. And you know what? I think sometimes to have, like, a powerful voice, being able to get that falsetto, that projection, it takes certain inspiration to just certain things you go in life. Tell me at a young age, man, when music first impacted you, and maybe like the first time you thought that singing might be a possibility for you in your future.
Well, I liked. It's funny because I liked more the entertainment value. I saw Kiss when I was really young. I saw them on TV, and I went, "What is this? This is great." Because I was just talking about this with someone the other day. I remember the first song I ever heard that I can remember as far back. I popped on a record at my aunt's house, and it was Brandy by Looking Glass. Cool vibe, good, the AM gold music. But I was like, well, this is all right. But then I remember when I saw Kiss and saw the spectacle on TV, I went, this is cool. I want to be a performer. And I used to do that. Like, I liked being in plays and acting and stuff. I never, ever really thought about singing. And I've told the story. I'll say it to you. When the band started, we were about, I might have been about 14. John and Mike were originally the band, still in the band. They're brothers. Their other brother, James, was a drummer. We had another friend who was going to be the guitar player. And there were about maybe 13, 15 people down in their basement. And they were about to put on a show with like 5 songs they had learned. And I was kind of being the manager. I put up a curtain with like a bed sheet, putting on a show. Because, like Kiss puts on a show, we're going to put on a show. I'm going to make you guys put on a show even though it's a basement gig. And right before they started, the singer, guitar player, the other guy in the band said, I don't want to sing. I can't do this. And everyone went, what are you talking about? And they looked at me and said, hey, you're the actor. You like to put on performances. You're a ham. Go up and sing. And I'm like, I don't know. I can't sing. And I happen to know all 5 songs they were doing. And right at the end of the set, they closed with Paranoid. John and Mike's parents had an ice bucket in the basement that was an owl. And the head came off of the owl. So I grabbed the ice bucket, made like I was biting the head of the owl as Ozzy. And everyone down in the basement was going crazy. They loved it. They were like, wow, that was a great show. And everyone looked at me and said, you're in. And I said, wait, what? I'm in what? And they're like, you're in the band. So I never really thought I'd be a singer. I became a good singer so many years afterwards when we did our first album, Lifetime in Hell, with Jim Morris in the studio, because I really didn't know what I was doing. I was more of an I still say I'm an entertainer who sings, but I think I can sing well. So that's kind of how I fell into this with the band.
Hey, you know what? I feel like you having the confidence of like an entertainer want to do that really helps with you being able to sing also, because you have your head voice and you have your chest voice, and if you're confident up there, like I feel like it really opens up your chest voice opposed to like somebody who's like shy or just doesn't have like that kind of charisma on stage. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it kind of goes with everything. Kind of like being a comedian. Like your jokes hit a lot harder when you know you're confident up there, opposed to like doing a joke when you feel uncomfortable. So I think like you having that confidence and that prowess to be an entertainer like really helped. Did you have a range right away, or was that something you had to work at?
Well, I guess I did. I just didn't know how to find it, and like I would find myself over the years being able to, I could do that, or I could do a scream, but I still didn't know how to harness it, honestly. And then until we got, even really in the first record, the Lifetime in Hell, the 1991, that was more like aggressive singing, more like Hetfield style. It was just more raw.
Yeah.
But then when we got to Cycles, Jim Morris really sat down with me and said, okay, you have a range that you don't even use. You don't really know what you have. He's like, so we're going to pull it out of you.
Whoa.
And that's what helped me learn. And you're 100% correct in the fact of confidence. And it's all mental, because I have had, before I was able to really grasp and feel that, okay, I can do this. When you're timid or you're doubting yourself and you get in your own head, you can't, it just, everything collapses. But when you're confident and I know I'm a performer, and then when I realize, wow, I actually can sing, when that all clicked together, it does just energize and put forth a better performance, because you're stepping up. You're not cocky, but you're stepping up going, I'm going to nail this note. I'm going to nail it for the people who are here watching us play. They want to hear me sing it the way it's supposed to be sung. I'm going to do it. So it's more of a confidence booster to yourself, and then it projects out to the audience, because, it does help, because you can have singers who are phenomenal, and I love singers who are great, who maybe just stand there and vibe, but for a metal singer, especially doing what we do, I can't just stand there and stand in front of a mic stand and sing. You have to put on a full-blown performance, and you do need the confidence, and the performance aspect of what I did definitely, you hit it right on the head, definitely helps with me bringing the voice out, because I can deliver it with showmanship.
Oh, no, absolutely. And it's crazy that, just saying, that type of trait helps with everything in life, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? If I don't know, I watch football, and if the quarterback isn't confident about his throw, but he has the power, he's gonna get that thing intercepted, or it's gonna be short, or it's gonna be overthrown. But if he has that confidence, you know what I mean? I feel like confidence comes with just, I don't know, being prepared, but at the same time, it's I don't know, just being loose. You know what I mean? I feel like people sometimes are worried about what other people think. But when you're able to break that, it becomes infectious.
No, without a doubt. It's all in your head. The mind, I've read up a lot about this, and I always say it, the mind is more powerful than any of us have any idea about. If you can harness just a little of it and focus it on your confidence and positive, and, it just, you still may get that throw intercepted because someone may come out of nowhere, but you know what? The throw is going to come across with more... It's going to come across with more oomph, more power, and it's not like it's a, shoot, hey, you know what? Man, I tossed the crap out of that ball. All right, the guy, good for him. He intercepted it. He got me on that one. But you know that if you just kind of threw a weak little something, or the same thing when you approach the stage, you go on stage and I'm like, oh my God, there's people here. What am I going to do? You close up and you sound like you're a little meek little human. But if you walk on stage and go, I own this. It was funny. I sing down here in Florida as well. When we haven't done much in Maraya in a long time, which we'll be out playing live again hopefully soon. But when I'm not doing that, I sing. And there's this young man down here, this girl. She's 15, and she came up and she's like, "How do I do what you do on stage?" And I said, "It's all in your mind." I said, "Here's what you have to say to yourself." And you don't say it in a cocky way, but a confident way. I said, when you go on stage, who's better than you? And she was like, what do you mean? I said, answer the question. Who's better than you when you go on stage? I said, nobody.
Yeah!
Because you have to walk on there. I said, you have to walk on and go, I'm going to put on the best show so that the crowd has a good time. I said, because you're there entertaining people.
Yeah.
And no one should be better than you. I said, and if you're that, I said, the rest of your fans will look at you and go, oh, no, I want to be better than you. And then everyone's going to uplift and it just puts on the most powerful show you can. And she was like, I never thought of it that way. I said, but you have to, because you can't go on stage and be intimidated. Everyone will feed off of that. But if you go on stage confident with energy, they'll feed off of that.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, no, I love it, dude. That's you know, I've been singing for 20 years, and that's literally what I try to tell people too. That's like, you got me excited, man. Like, I just want to.
You sing?
Oh yeah.
I love it.
Oh yeah, I've been singing. I love everything. I'm actually trying to harness my pop voice now. You know, I've been doing like melodic for a long time, like just a Bruce Dickinson Journey type of stuff, and I'm really trying to like focus on like trying to hit a note, but not having to like falsetto to hit a note.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like you could always falsetto, but like I like being able to hit the note super high and then hit the falsetto right at the tail end of the note.
Yep, give it that little glitch at the end, and it's nice.
Oh yeah, no, dude, but that's why I love this album so much, man. Like, your EP chapters, the first song, beautiful vocals to start off the album. I thought it was a great way. Super melodic. It charged right into a fire bursting solo section, dude. You know, there's a lot of amazing songs on this album. My favorites being Chapter 4 and Chapter 1. But dude, like, what I also like about this band though is like, dude, not only your vocals top tier, but the band is really good around you, man. Tell me a little bit about your band members and like what you enjoy about them being in the band with you.
Well, we all grew up together, so we've known each other since we were like 8, 7, 8, 9. John and Mike are brothers, and then Dan is their cousin. So they're family, and you know, Dan moved to Pennsylvania at a young age, but I lived 3 doors away from Mike and John. So we were always hanging out. And then when the band started, as I said, you know, our original drummer was their other brother, who it just didn't work out, you know. And then our second drummer ever was the drummer we have now. Once again, back in the band, Ramo, because we knew him from school.
Yeah.
So we all known each other, and I just think, you know, being friends is a good thing because we're comfortable around each other. And then, you know, when you have the same mindset, it's a great thing because, you know, I can say that when we did our first record, it's our second record, but when we did the first record that ever got released, everyone knew us from Cycles in 1994. And when that came out, we all were in the same headspace. This is what we were doing. We wrote an album that was very, I always use the word true. People vibes on it. And we had a lot of great success with that. I mean, got to tour Europe and America with Metal Church and Ingve and D. Snyder and a host of other bands. And it was great. And then, you know, you're all on the same page. And that's a great thing because, you know, especially John, he does the majority of the writing. We really think the same when it comes to what we're supposed to sound like. Because, you know, through the years we had a couple of different records that, you know, you try to do a little something different. The scene changes. A couple of people want to try something different. We all try to fit in. And sometimes that can kind of, you know, crush a band. But with this, and what I love about We've Come Full Circle is we came back with this. We're all on the same page. Okay. And we were like, let's just put out what we do best. And let's see what comes out. And, you know, John picked up some amazing production, knowledge from Jim Morris did our records. I mean, Jim did Sabotage and Crimson Glory and Ice Earth, and you know, John really picked some of that. So over the years when we weren't doing anything, you know, John was producing bands in New York at his studio. Dan was mixing bands at his studio, and he got to, you know, work with Andy Wallace, and he's mixed Gojira and Avenged Sevenfold and Ghost and stuff. And you know, John's producing a lot of metal bands, but even new metal. So he got a lot of different just ideas in his head and, you know, knowledge. And what I love about the band members is when I especially get together with John and we write, and then we get in the studio and we do pre-production, he's producing it. He knows me, and he knows this is what Falco is supposed to sound like on the song. He knows, you know, and he'll know what I'm not supposed to sound like. Right? You know, sometimes I'll try to get a little nutty, or I'll try to, you know, maybe clip a little song from something. No. He's like, no. You're like, no, that's not. No, he's like, that's. He just get you back, and it's good because you have to have those checks and balances. like, whoa. He's like, damn. He's like, dude. He's like, all right, let's try this. Let's try this. And then it was working. And, we tried just a lot of different stuff because I think, we do like to have it interesting. We like songs to maybe take a turn here, maybe to have 2 or 3 different vibes in one song. Chapter 3 has, I use a phrase that's like Godzilla stomping through Tokyo, but then it breaks down with that cool little vocal part that's got the little distortion and it sounds like it's echoey,
Oh, yeah.
And, then it's got a different kind of vocal. So we try to keep everything interesting, but what I love about it is we've been doing this for so long, we've been through a lot together, and we trust each other, and it's good. And Rob being back in the band after 40 years, maybe, how long is it, 30? And fortune happened, our drummer who's been with us forever did mostly everything that decided not to be part of this project. And, John was recording the tracks. We had a friend of his who was a studio drummer, just an unbelievable cat, and he's like, don't want credit, don't want my name anywhere. I'm going to do the drum tracks. And John had done them. John had the pre-production mapped out anyway. But this cat played on them. But, we got Rob in the band now who's like just excited. We're like, well, excited to be back. He hasn't played with us in a million years. It's fresh for him, so he's learning all the stuff. Our old songs are fresh for him. So when we eventually do get out playing, it's just like a good positive feel, which you kind of have to have. And, we all know each other, so we can goof on each other and know how to have that fun. So it makes it a lot more comfortable, and we trust each other.
I love it. We are talking to FALCO with the Maraya new EP Chapters. We only got a couple minutes left, man. But what was the idea behind this album? The music, obviously, the riffing, the structuring, the groove in Chapter 3 I think is a real standout song. What was naming the EP and the song titles kind of intrigued me a little bit. What was the idea behind that? And is it broken down by like lyrics or what's the feel on that?
All right, I'll try to make it quick because I'm in New York, so I can talk for days. Basically, it's as I've been telling everyone, I wish I could say it was this brilliant concept and thing that came to me, but I really can't. In all honesty, we didn't want to start off picking song titles because it's so cheesy and goofy at the beginning. We said, let's wait. So the songs were lined up on the sheet, on the chart, songs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we didn't even have an album title, an EP title, so we said, let's worry about that later. Because, a couple of songs, title suggestions came up, and we're laughing at each other going, seriously? That's the way to call it. Oh, my God. And the lyrics, I'll try to get this quick. The lyrics, while I try not to be specific, I'm not a preacher, I'm not Bob Dylan or Joe Baez, but there is a thread running through the songs of like a social commentary about today. It's hard not to touch on that, but it's non-specific, but I do have my little feelings on things. And then when we were going through everything and arranging the songs in certain order, I started realizing that I love to read, I love books, I'm a reading fanatic. I started realizing that there's a thread here and there's like a little storyline that's connecting. It kind of hit me, and somewhere along the line, John was like, what about chapters? Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we said, that could be cool. And then the band was like, well, you write the lyrics, would it work? And I started sitting back, really soaking up the songs and the lyrics and going, wow. Now that, because you're in the studio, you're doing a lot of stuff. I had a moment to really sit back and listen to all the songs and look and go, holy cow, this actually works. And then the guys in the band were like, okay, explain it. Because, we want to make sure it's, and I went through it with the lyrics on the songs, and, you read a book and chapter 1 and 2 may mean are related to something. Now, chapter 3 might not be related to those two at the beginning, but at the very end, everything wraps up in a book you read because there's a thread going through the whole thing. And that's what happened with this. It was really wild how it all fell into place, and that's what kind of made it feel right. And then when it came down to the title of the EP, it all happened again. Everyone's throwing names around. We're all making fun of each other. And we said, listen, chapters, and then here are the chapters 1 to 5 in it. Everyone's either loved it or hated it. Most of the people are really taking it away. It's about 90-10. People are like, we love the concept. you when I look inside your eyes. You're going to kind of know what the song's about, theoretically. And you're going to laugh at that title. So we just said, there's no preconceived, no one could sit and go, I have no idea what this song could be about. Let's start it. The only thing I can say, they're in a order of as they should be. Chapter 1 is kind of like the awakening in the beginning of awareness. Chapter 5 ends with you have the KT Lambert Choir, kids. Kids represent hope, positivity, future. We have them ending the chapter, the last chapter of the book. And you know what? Books always have sequels. We're looking forward, to what comes next year. But right now, we're going to ride this wave as long as we can because it's just starting.
That's fucking awesome. Falco, I appreciate you for taking time out of your day. I wish we had like a whole hour to talk, man, because I definitely could do more. But I'm always in a crunch. I'm in full dad mode full time. But I appreciate.
Dude, no worries. Anytime you let me know, we'll talk. I'm down. Like I said, I can talk for hours. That's what I do.
I think I might have sent you a friend request on Facebook. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Then I'll expect it.
Yeah, Omar Rodriguez. But,
perfect.
Yeah, but dude, I appreciate it so much. Everybody listening in Ashland and around the world, Chapters by Wicked Maraya. We were talking to Falco. This album is absolutely sick. For any fans of any sort of genre of rock and roll, heavy metal, melodic metal, you like heavy, just heart-pounding vocals and music, this is the EP for you. Before I let you go, can you say this is Falco from Wicked Maraya and you are listening to the Metal Mixtape?
Of course. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Hey, everybody, this is Falco from Wicked Maraya, and you are listening to the Metal Mixtape.
Yeah! Cool, brother. I appreciate you so much. I hope you have a good rest of your day, good rest of your interviews, and I wish you a lot of success on this amazing EP.
Thank you. Have a great holiday, and I really, really appreciate the support and the kindness from the fans. You have a great day.
You too. Bye.